So the question now is, how do you go about signing up for Argo Hour? Actually, it's a two-step process, and you're going to work along with me right now. So could you please take out your one-to-one device, power it up, and open up a web browser to the Argo main page. Teachers, you may want to pause this video while students go ahead and do that so they can follow along with the registration process. Go ahead and hit pause and then play when everybody's ready. The first step in this process is to sign up for an account on PowerSchool. So here's how you're going to do it. Go where it says Students and Parents, scroll down to where it says PowerSchool Parent Portal. When you get here, this is where you would normally sign in to check your grades. You're going to do something a little different here. Go where it says Create Account, and it's going to say you're going to create a parent account. Now obviously we know you're not a parent, but this is the way this Argo Hour registration is set up, so we need to go through this at least once. Go ahead and click Create Account. And here's where you're going to put in some information. So here in this first cell, put in your name, put in your last name, put in your email address, remember that it's your ID number at goargo.net. Now here's where you have to choose a desired username. Please do this exactly as I tell you. You're going to want to type in AH, both lowercase, that stands for Argo Hour, and then you're going to type in your ID number. Your password should be the same password that you use to sign in for PowerSchool and everything else logging on your computer. So go ahead, type that in, and then you're going to need to retype it. Remember, this is case sensitive. Your first letter of your name should be capital, the second is lowercase. Okay. Then you go down to the bottom, and it says Link Students to Account. Again, you're going to type in your name, and I think you can just put in your first name here. Your access ID, you're going to type in your ID number, followed by AH for Argo Hour. Your access password is going to be the same password that you always use getting on the computer. When it asks for your relationship, go all the way to the bottom and choose Other. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a moment while students go ahead and finish this. When you're done, once you have that set up, you're just going to scroll to the bottom and click Enter, and that will go ahead and create this account. Okay, take a moment, finish this up. Teachers, you may want to pause while students do this. Please make sure that everybody is doing this exactly the same way. Use lowercase letters for the AH for the Argo Hour. Now that you have an Argo Hour account created, let's log in so that you can choose your options for Argo Hour next week. Go in just like you're going to sign in to check your grades. When you type in your username, this time make sure you put in AH followed by your ID number. Your password should be the same one you always use. Once you sign in, you should notice that your page looks just like it always does. If you go over here to the left-hand side, you're going to click where it says Argo Hour. Now when we look at this particular student, it looks like there's already something chosen for her. It says cafeteria. At this point in time, you can choose up until 6 p.m. on Sunday. You can choose anything you want, provided you're not failing something or your teacher has not requested you. So in this case, if this student didn't want to go to the cafeteria and she wants to go instead to the student commons, she's simply going to click register, and what you'll see up here is that it's changed, that Monday, Tuesday, instead of going to cafeteria, she gets to go to the student commons. You're going to want to make a choice for Monday, Tuesday, and you're going to want to make a choice for Thursday, Friday. Keep in mind, teachers can trump your decisions. So you might think you're going to the commons, But if your teacher says, hey, you failed a quiz on Friday, I want to make sure the student comes for help in math on Monday, your math teacher may come in and override the decision that you've already made. So it's very important that you check your email on Sunday night, because on Sunday night this registration link closes and you won't be able to make any more changes, nor will your teachers. By Sunday at 6 p.m. or so, you should get an email to your school account, and your parents will also get an email telling you where you're supposed to report on Monday. Again, just because you picked something doesn't mean that your teacher might not have gone in and changed that if they think that's what you need. So be sure to read that email. Also, on Sunday night, if you go back to your main page, Sunday after it's been finalized where you're supposed to go for the week, you'll see a spot here on your quick lookup that says Argo Hour, and it will tell you where you're supposed to report the following week. So please make sure that you're aware of this so that you go to the right place when it comes time for Argo Hour starting next week. Here's just a couple more things that you should pay attention to. These things up here at the top that say help, these are things that are a little more structured. Your teachers are going to be there. They're going to be able to help you with something that you may have questions or just some support. Down here, the ones that don't say anything, these are the open spaces where you can work with your friends or, sit down and read or whatever. So you can choose either one as long as it says that you're not already scheduled for something else or somebody hasn't chosen you to come get help elsewhere. Please pay attention to this, where it says enrollment. This tells you how many students can come for help in art. So there's 13 seats available for art help. Right now, nobody signed up. So there's still a couple of seats left if that's what you want to do. But down here, 6 of the seats in the auditorium have already been taken out of the 300. So be aware, if you try to register for something that's already full, it won't change what you see up here on your schedule. Another thing to be aware of is you should only sign up for help in a class that you're taking. So even though it sounds like a great idea to go down to the foods room in Family and Consumer Science and mess around in the kitchen and bake something, if you're not in culinary class, please don't do that. Those seats are there for kids who are in the class who really need that help. Last thing, if you are not failing anything and your teachers don't request to have you come to see them, and you forget to make a choice during the week about where you're going to go, on Sunday night, you will be automatically assigned to a space. So either way, no matter what, you're going to get an email on Sunday night saying that you should go someplace, whether or not you chose. So be sure that you're checking that.